Okay, I got my blank project opened and I am ready to start. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and save it, and I'm going to call it Digital App Dice. And the next thing I'm going to do, find the repository, my app script boilerplate repository, and I'm going to pull in the branch web app and pull that in. And right off the bat, let's see here, we got a bunch of code I'm bringing in. If you don't recognize what I'm doing, please check out my video on integrating AppScript with the GitHub Assistant, which is a Chrome extension. And basically, I've just built a little repo that has some of the kind of boilerplate code that you need to get started with a project. So I've pulled that in. Boom, perfect, no problem. And we're going to lay out our project here. If we go ahead and publish and deploy as a web app, and I'm just going to call this the initial deploy, execute it as me and only myself, and take a look at what this looks like. Super basic web app here. Awesome. It's a blue header tag that says web app, and in the console it is just loading your web app has loaded. Now there's a couple things that we're going to need for this project. I want to add in a font, and I want to add in jQuery because I want to use jQuery. It's actually been a while since I've used jQuery, and it's actually up to version 3 now. And if you check out the hosted libraries that Google has, you can actually pull in a snippet, and it is as easy as copying the script snippet into your right into your index.html, and I'll copy it right above this script tag that I have here. I'm gonna sort of make this a little bit bigger so we can see, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that function, perfect, and it's as simple as that. Now, I also want to add a font, and I'm also going to use some Google hosted fonts there at fonts.google.com. And I'm just going to copy in this link tag. I've already selected a font called Oswald, though you can choose any of them that you want. Browse through that whole collection there. And I just basically copy that link right into the top of my head tags. I'm just using right below this base. And then in the style, I'm going to create a body, and I'm going to say, well, instead of typing it out, if you look in here, you can actually just copy this right here. Font family, Oswald, and then a backup of sans serif. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to remove this color blue. And if we refresh, there we go. I've got web app in a new font and jQuery loaded in the console. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is actually lay out some HTML and CSS. But since this isn't really a tutorial on HTML and CSS, I'm going to fast forward through it. Feel free to stick around and kind of watch me code that out. Okay, so now I've got a basic layout here with just some simple HTML and CSS. And I have 3 dice on the screen, but no categories to select from, and no way to change the number of dice. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to create some categories using a Google Sheet, and how to change the number of dice that are on the screen. So stay tuned, stick around for part 2.